What's up, guys? It's Corey here. I wanted to talk about something very important that I was thinking about heavy last night, leading up to my burnout. Burnouts are going to happen. Um, and after coming out of these type of relationships and situations, because you were in a situation where there was a lot of confusion and a lot of self-doubt, you may get to a place where you are doubting yourself about some certain things. However, as long as you're telling your truth, um, you're gonna be okay. What happened with me is, yes, I'm doing my videos, and I watched the podcast with Dr. Romney and Joe Polish last night. They put this video out yesterday, and it just so happened it hit on a lot of things that I was feeling. I just didn't know how to really put it into words. So, as somebody who is being very transparent and public about my personal life, I'm doing it for the right reason. It's not really, well, it is for me, because this was a new experience for me, and I didn't know how to identify what was going on, which will also cause a lot of confusion and self-doubt in yourself. So before I saw that podcast, what I've learned to do more is pay attention to why I'm feeling how I'm feeling. So I just kept paying attention to why was I feeling some guilt, some shame, some embarrassment. Well, it's because I know the community is out there, and I have this conversation with a lot of people in real life who's been experiencing these things, and I meet the people in the community on the online spaces, and that's the arena where people will understand you, so you can kind of really have a dialogue about what's going on and what happened to you, and y'all can compare. And what will happen, they were talking about sometimes, especially once you do your research on this stuff and I start identifying things, you will kind of feel some guilt and shame. Mainly is because everybody wants to be validated. Everybody wants to be heard and seen. But when it's something critical or personal, you already know there's going to be a lot of negative pushback about maybe you're doing it for attention, or, oh, we heard this before, everybody goes through it, or it wasn't that bad, or maybe you're making it seem worse than it was. So that'll cause a little shame, and it'll cause you to go back into your head, ruminate a little bit. You might even accuse yourself of being the narcissist. Then you're going to start evaluating what you did, what happened. You're going to go back into rumination. And I'm glad that I listened to the podcast. It was on Joe Polish's podcast. I think you can just type in Joe Polish. It's with him and Dr. Romney. So some of the burnout I was feeling is because I know I'm doing this work for myself, to help somebody else who may stumble across my video, and maybe it'll be my video that leads them to these other places, and opening myself up to be there for somebody who is going through a situation like this. Definitely don't want to be exposing myself to people or things that's going to pick apart what I'm saying and turning it into something that it's not. But I can't be concerned about what they're going to think of what I'm saying, because I know my experience. And as long as it's the truth, my truth, you don't have to worry. It's going to probably put you in a low mood. I still got my energy. I'm still showing up every day for myself, but I am aware of what triggered some of the burnouts. I was sick, so my immune system was already under attack. I was stressing about some things about work. I had some family things going on. There was a lot I was dealing with and still trying to show up for myself. And like I said in my last video, sometimes the triggers will catch you off guard when you are doing good, when you're on a roll, when every day is getting better and better and better. Um, so I wanted to get that out the way and clear that up. With that being said, the weekend's coming up. I'm gonna take some time this weekend to really rest for myself, get my body back up to speed, and just focus on recharging for myself. But on another note, what I was thinking about last night also is, so if you follow Dr. Romney to the T, I can see how the process is easier. But I have my slip ups. I made mistakes, and you may make mistakes as well. I had the mistake of going back to the situation and reliving the experience in quick little bursts, maybe a week here and there, and then back to rock bottom. So you get that excitement up, and then you get drop down low, and the excitement up, drop down low. It can confuse you, and it can cause you to burn out, and it can cause you to maybe act not like yourself, because when you're experiencing the highs, you're excited, life is good. And when that low creep up on you, it's like, I know I shouldn't have got so excited. Why did I let this happen? Why did I let that happen? You got to give yourself some grace, because that's still going to happen from time to time. The more you check it, the more you just be aware of what is going on, the better it'll get. Easier said than done. Now, some of the things that I did, I wouldn't recommend it, but I've been testing the waters, because I have to be honest with myself. I do like connection and romance, and so I put myself back out there to talk to people again, and using the tools and being alert and aware of when somebody's trying to love bomb me and yada yada yada. So I thought I would protect myself, or was protecting myself, by enjoying someone's company. Nothing's wrong with that. Maybe going out on little dates or whatever. And when you think you're being aware of, sometimes you can be too high on alert, so you're not gonna really allow someone to get so close to you. But also, still, you really got to call out the yellow flags and the red flags when they happen. There, I'm looking back at all the little mini situations I was in. I'm starting off with them, letting them know a little bit about, me, and, coming out of my situation, and they understand, and we talk for a while, and then we agree to meet after a while. You've already let them know, hey, I'm not looking for a relationship. I just want a friend, a companion, somebody to do things with. I'm not looking for sex. I'm still healing. I just want somebody to, some platonic connection. They'll agree with you. They'll go along with it. And you're still being your authentic self. Because before this experience happened to me, I had no idea what any of this stuff was. I had no idea what any of those terms meant, So you're still trying to be your authentic self, but in your head, you're aware of certain signs to look out for. But remember, for however long you were in it, your mind has still been trained for the highs and the lows. So in the beginning of any relationship, you're going to have that excitement. Oh, I really like this person. You're going to overlook some things about that person because you're looking for just the connection right now. Well, I can safely say maybe out of 3 folks that I tried to engage with, all 3 of them did the same thing. Oh yeah, it's cool. I'm just looking for friends too. I don't want sex. And some weeks in it, they dropped the "I really like you. I like you so much," or "I know you're the type of guy I'm looking for." Little things like that. Those are little subtle love bombs, um, and it may not be trying to, and they may not know what they're doing. But if you already told someone in the beginning that you weren't looking for that, and they keep dropping these little hints that they like you so much, or they want so much, or they're texting you good morning every day and sending lovey faces and kissy faces, you know, those are still love bomb tactics. And you will overlook them because you are thinking to yourself, I already told them I don't want this. So you may call them out on it after a while, like, hey, I'm cool and everything, we're good, I'm cool with getting to know you, I'm cool with just being friends, like, this makes me uncomfortable, I told you my situation. You may explain it to them. They're still going to do it. In my situations, they're still going to do it. Or they're going to back off for a little bit, come back with it again. Because they're unaware that you know the tactic now and you're calling it now. And what I'm learning now is calling it or not, no matter how much you like the person or not, or think you like them, you know what it is and you have to be honest with yourself. So in each one of those situations, I had to back out. I just had to back out. I'm talking telling me I love you within 2 weeks. I'm talking good morning texts. How's your day? Are you sleeping? Did you eat? How's work going? Like too much, too fast. And I worked on, well, I'm not going to respond back quickly. I'm going to give it some time. Or I'm going to gray rock a little bit just to kind of keep them at a distance. No matter what you're doing, no matter these little tools and tactics you learn, no matter what you're doing, because they are already seeing you as a source of supply for them in one way or another, they're going to keep doing it. Then you're going to start probably blaming yourself. And you're probably going to beat yourself up and get a little mad at yourself for allowing it to creep in again. And you're going to start asking yourself, what is it? Why am I attracting this? Blah, 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 blah. It's because you're not giving yourself enough time to heal properly before you get into these situations. Now, granted, I have met 2 people that are very interesting to me, who is stuck by the rules, the boundaries. No hint of any type of love bomb. Matter of fact, one of the persons actually was in a similar type of relationship. So he actually knew all about this stuff too. And so we're more like we can call things out and share experiences with each other. And it's more like friends. And that's what I want. I want friends. I'm not looking for a relationship. Now, when it comes to sex, I am still sexually active. However, on my own terms. Anybody that I'm having sex with, they know that this is just a sexual thing, in a healthy way. So I don't have to remind them of, okay, it's time to leave or whatever like that. It can just be that and go. Now you got to be careful with just sex, because you're still fresh. I'm 5 months out. That's still fresh. Now, if you're strong enough and able enough to have the sexual connection with somebody in a healthy way for yourself, I think that it's a good idea to satisfy that need. You just know that that's just what it is. Don't let them try to trick you into something more than just sex, because that can happen. Anyway, I wanted to make this video real quick to get that out. Look, I'm looking for that community who knows what I'm talking about. This isn't for any type of anything paid from YouTube or anything like that. I'm just really trying to connect with the community that can connect with me, because I understand in the very beginning, this stuff was hard. I understand you're going to feel like you're going crazy. You're going to start feeling like it's you. It's really not you. And Dr. Romney also has a book called It's Not You. I would recommend reading that or listening to that audiobook, because it's going to connect a lot of dots. You're going to be able to identify a lot of narcissistic tendencies about yourself. And you're going to do a deep scrub on yourself. And you may find that you may be a narcissist. And I was called a narcissist once. I didn't even know what the word meant. Don't let someone who isn't a trained professional convince you that you're something that you're not. Follow your own judgment. Follow the professional advice. Don't let someone manipulate you into feeling like you're something that you know you're not. In fact, if you are doing this deep scrub on yourself and you keep questioning whether you're a narcissist, it's likely that you're not, because narcissists really don't care. But if you care enough that you're studying this stuff and looking it up, that means you care. So don't let someone else tell you you're the narcissist and let that ruminate in your head and start comparing yourself to certain behaviors. Don't torture yourself like that. Go find the material that works for you, and be wary of certain people just trying to sell something or trying to sell their service or someone to talk to. You got to pay me to talk to me. And I would be a little weary of that type of person. But you can make your own judgment call on that. I've never had to pay for any services to get to the point where I am now. I just put in the hard work and keep applying what I'm learning, and keep learning new stuff about this stuff every single day. Another thing that I think I made a lot of errors on is thinking people were narcissists just because they did something that seemed a little narcissistic. Every cheater is not a narcissist. Every liar is not a narcissist. Every mean boss is not a narcissist. There's just a mean person. That's just a person who lied, and that's just a person who cheats. That could be the case. But you get the real definition of a narcissist for yourself from a professional. You go find the professional and let them tell you what that is. And you can compare yourself to what the professional considers a narcissist. And hopefully you can let some of that guilt go about, did I do this? No, it's really not you. Um, I wanted to make this a shorter video so I can get back to myself and recharge and get back to the business of the business. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I love you. Somebody sees you and somebody hears you. For real. Talk to y'all later.